Hello, this is the branch vlog for 0.2.4.1. Um, you will see it is this one here. You'll also see that it was started in August, so it's November now. Bonfire night actually. So it's been a little while. A lot has changed. Like also game dev and outside game dev since August. Equally, I'll show you very quickly if I do like unlit. I'll go through it properly in a second, but you can see I've been a little bit busy. So, right, usual process. I highlight the thing I'm going to talk about and then talk about it and then timestamp it. So, first one, bearing in mind we're up to like 1500 right now, like 1500 plus. So anything that's 200, 400, 600, like it's essentially stuff that's been lost in the past or ideas that I never signed off and closed, or ideas that I had in the past and I haven't created it yet. So create uninjured and injured variants for enemies. Yeah. So I guess the easiest way to describe that is if we look at this, we have a how to describe it? We have like an uninjured. I know it's like it's technically this one's a zombie. There's different types you see here. So we have like an uninjured zombie, we have an injured zombie, and we have a badly injured. I will go through the logical split when I talk about it a bit lower down about how do you define badly, and things like that. This is quite an old one, so initial portraits for the protagonist. Let me just track it down somewhere. Um, I, I don't even know. I can't remember where I've put it, to be honest with you, unless I put it in thumbnails. Genuinely can't remember where I put it. That's how long ago it was. But I can talk about. This is here. Talking. That's it. But I don't have John's. I've made John's, but I do have Sarah's I can show you. So this is like the original. Is it the original? Yeah, this is the original talking head, and you see I created like a separate Photoshop texture. So we've got kind of like idle blink, blink, talk not blinking, like something's up, or like angry, and then talking angry. So that was like the original way of doing it. It was the previous branch you see texture maps NPCs where I actually properly discuss it. I call them like talking heads now, but I will show you what Sarah's looks like now, for example. 3.3 raw. So now you see if I show you. So we've still got the same sort of talk idle talking, like shifty eyes, but slightly different. But now we've got like happy talking. We've got like concerned talking, or like sad. Depending on the face of the character, depends on like just like in real life, people look sad, but they have different sad emotions. Some of them look more piercing than others. But yeah, that's talking head stuff. But that's the last branch. I just forgot to knock it off. Tidy John blueprint. So again, this is a really old one. I haven't really got that much to show you on this, and it is unrelated to the branch I'm talking about now, but I will be able to show you very quickly. So it was very like I had loads of stuff off Event Tick. I had whether he's looking left or looking right, so it's like rotation. So it flipped the sprite. So I draw right walking right walking east sprites, but if your mouse is going the other way, or you're pressing like the A key rather than the D key, so like left and right on the keyboard, flip the rotation. But that needed to be done on event tick, and now I have it in the animation blueprint. So the only reason why I'm explaining that is because this thing was like that big, just the event tick, and like you want to put as little on the event tick as possible, or like only put appropriate things on the event tick. Looking multiple times a second if you've looked left or right isn't the best way if you can do it like a slicker way. But yeah, just everything's just tidier. It's smaller, it's more condensed. Um, but yeah, unrelated to this one. John is the main character, by the way. I do that interchangeably. I shouldn't. This one. So I'll show you Photoshop stuff now. Upgrade all enemy sprite sheets to 3.3. The enemy sprite sheets were like what you kind of saw imported. Just, just I do the squares, 140 by 140 pixels. The line in the middles is just like quarters. Just it lets me get it like pixel precision. Like he's exactly that bit, and that one's exactly that bit. So when I do a flip book, it doesn't look like they're just like jutting out. It looks more like realistic. So the 3.3 notebook, oh, I went back and forth on it. We have right uninjured, right injured, right badly injured, and then we have like left equivalents. Haven't done left, so right now when the enemies move left, it won't be a true left, it'll be a mirror right. So simplest way to describe that is if you have a scar on the left side of your enemy's face, it would be here, but and on the left, true left, it would be on the opposite side, but on a flipped right, so a pretend left sprite, just flipping the thing, the scar will be on the wrong side. Also, if you had a holster on one leg, the holster will be on the wrong side. It would, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But yeah, I've just done rights for everything under the premise that these are version 3 plus. So you see pre-polish, pre-polish, self-explanatory. Polished is like ready to go, version 4. These are 3.3. I thought I need 3.3 of these, like 3.3 quality of these pre-polished. But what's the point of me doing the left equivalents of a pre-polished? Because then when I enhance each one of these, I'm going to have to do like Groundhog Day all over again. When I can just wait till it's polished, then create true lefts. Yeah. So you could see that's like the human husk warts. We've got human husk hair, split head, screecher, Medusa, like viper thing, infection pool, which isn't showing up because I've hid it at sprite level. But then we get, but these are all just like the weird named ones, like I've just said. They are what I call I want assets, not blueprints. They are what I call infected stage 2. So we have zombies, we have infected stage 1. So you see their eyes are a bit different, and also, well, when you mess them up, they start changing. But they could pass as normal people potentially, at least at first glance. Um, some more than others. He's in the wrong order. It took me ages to align these. You had no idea how long, because I drag them all in, drag all the idols in, and I have to align them. And imagine doing that for all them. But it's worth it for the showcase. So yeah, um, zombies in the back, infected stage 1 in the front, in the middle, and infected stage 2 in the front. And as you can see, there is a stark contrast between certainly stage 2 and stage 1. Less so for the zombies. Stage 1's, are NPC characters that have changed. Zombies are like they were never NPCs. Like you wouldn't see a human version of them, is what I'm trying to say, a normal version. Meanwhile, the stage ones, you would see a normal version of them, except for maybe Gerald. He's actually called Gerald. Um, and these, yeah, again, you wouldn't see these. Yeah, that's not exactly a normal sort of looking thing, is it? So, yeah, 3.3. So I did it for each one, and then some of them were a lot more than you think because we've got like hair. Well, we've got bald, so he's slightly bald on the top. We've got hair. We've got scarred, um, black, and then we have black alternate. Um, yeah, all that bunch of zombies have variant. Well, actually, a bunch of them have variants. You saw the stage twos have variants as well. So zombies in stage twos, almost every single one has variants. Some zombies have between 2 and 5 variants. Um, yeah, so that's 3.3. The Photoshop side of it. Create hunt animations. So actually, I'll just close. I might as well show you it now. Won't take too long. I won't do a quick video. I won't do a long video. I just want to get this done before like I go like away for a couple of days. Come on, come on. Right, let me pick a zombie and I can explain. So let's pick, I don't know, security. Do you like security armored? Oh no, no, because armored's an extra. I've done layers. Sorry, I'm talking. It should be more clear. I've done layers, you see. So there's security, but then there's things like armor. So then you see I have like an armored zombie and an unarmored zombie, and then I have like ginger, and then I have that, and then you see they just plug them all in. See, just like that, real nice and pretty. Um, Real pleased. Once I did that, certainly like here, because you see they all look normal, don't they? But if I do an overlay of maybe this one will work. No, he's lost his beard. I've got a couple of different overlays. You see, I've got them all in backups here. So I haven't selected the right overlay because, as you can imagine, different sizes, different body shapes. I'd need to draw the overlay in different places. But as a proof of concept, you can see what I'm doing. So you see, I can add the injured and add the uninjured. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Um, could have just muted it actually. But you see, we've got uninjured and injured. And when I first started doing it with medical, these ones, so the bottom was first, and then all the way to the top. That's the order I've worked in. Yeah, I drew it, and then I went, wait a minute, why don't I just do an overlay and do like a color replace on, like if they've got the same style walking, same trousers, but just blue rather than green, black rather than red, black shoes rather than white. I can just do a color replace. Um, yeah, so anyway, so the hunt animations, you see I've split them like this, nice and easy as well. So we've got, start with hunt. Hunt is the standard walk animation, but with the arms out for most of them. Also, um, the mouth is open, and on the majority, they have like an um, uh, squeezed eyes, like like shifty eyes. So, because they've seen something, you see, because obviously they wouldn't look clueless or idle if they're hunting. So there's like slight little, you see like pre-polish elements where there's like secondary animation in the face, but not perfect. So that's like hunt, and it's the same for that. 8 sprites, 8 sprites, 8 sprites. Same thing, just an overlay. Um, some of them don't have their arms up. Some of them are in a sling. Some of them don't have any arms at one point. Um, some of them crawl on the floor, but you see the whole process. I will give you a full showcase at the end as well. You'll be able to timestamp it. You'll be able to see it if you look now. Attack. So, what have I done here? Attack is, again, quite straightforward. Two sprites. So there's like a lean forward, mouth open, mouth closed. And then, because it's like back and forth, it kind of goes like that. But yeah, it's just like flip flop between it. Same concept, same concept. Feign death. Oh my god, I've done it again. It's because I'm pressing space before I click on Photoshop. So you will see the uninjured has idle, roam, hunt, attack, injured to uninjured. So transition. So they've been hit, bit of blood, and then they then classify as injured. You see, so then it slots in real nice into like the next idle animation. And then in injured we have idle, roam, hunt, attack, injured to badly injured. Same concept. Get badly injured initially, and then the badly injured ticks in. I use like booleans, like true false, but I might also use like health booleans plus like some sort of health thing, maybe like an integer. Feign death is talked about it for ages, probably like 2 years worth of videos, and I figured it out about 6 months ago to be able to create like a feign death, so fake death, and then resurrection. Not just animation, but the code. So what happens here is if you get an enemy's health to 0 and it has the ability to resurrect, then you leave the level, you come back, and every time you reload that level, there is a small percentage chance that they will resurrect. What I mean by getting the health down to 0 but like not killing them is headshots. So I'm kind of using the classical, the really classical sort of zombie logic of got to shoot them in the head, or you got to like take them to pieces. I haven't got a flamethrower yet, but I will be making one. I might do it so you can burn them. Resident Evil 1 remake. I always come back to the Crimson Heads, where you got to shoot, you got to take the head off, or you got to set them on fire straight after you killed them. You leave the room, you come back with lighter fluid or something, you try and light them. If it's too long, they'll jump up. So I'm kind of like that, but I have like the lighter logic. So that's feign death. On to, I will go through the others, but I'll do it in the order we see on the right. We have idle animations. Done it again. Um, So we've got idle, and then we've got idle mouth open, and then idle mouth open more. Not really utilizing these properly yet. You will see the press space again. You see that mouth opens occasionally because I've just done the first two sprites and then I've put it on like a 2 speed. So it's like that one, that one, that one, that one. Very much a it's not like a proof of concept, but it's like a good quality pre-polish. This is kind of what we're going for. Like it's like a refined proof of concept. That's idle. Injured. I've already talked about. It is a proper habit now because I'm so used to holding the spacebar to drag things around on Photoshop. I've been doing it for like 6 weeks. It's hard to not. Injured animations. I've already gone through these. I've done it out of order. Yeah, I've just got an overlay, haven't I? Pop an overlay on. He, but this is like a bug that I've seen clearly, and then I can remove the bit of the overlay, or I can make sure I'm using the right overlay when I extract like the PNGs. So I do like Control Shift P, which is a shortcut key, and then I do like a PNG and then do like diffuse. I'll just make sure I've got the right overlay. Yeah, that's injured animations. Just injured, we talked about them. I used to call it just injured and just badly injured. Now I call it injured, uninjured, to injured. There you go, like that. Yeah, resurrection. Right, okay. Here we go. I can cut. Right, sorry about that. My headset thinks it knows better than I do and clearly isn't listening to me, so it turned itself off. Yeah, resurrection. So, just like this Feign death, there's resurrection, and as you might notice, it's just the reverse. But I didn't want to just use this and then say play it backwards or manually move the flip books. So everything goes from like left to right. There's no like reverse animations anymore. Equally, resurrection may well be different. In pre-polish, obviously, like they're being dead for a little bit, maybe they look a little bit different when they resurrect. So I wanted to split it. Not so this is very much planning for the future. What you're seeing here is essentially the version 4 polished template, but with just 3.3 drawings on it. I haven't done any normal maps. That is further up. Again, what is the point in doing normal maps of a pre-polished asset when I'm going to polish it and I'm just going to have to recolor all the normal maps, redraw them all again. I'm trying to do my best to not create double and triple work because it's just me doing everything. So in general resurrections, if I show you before I show you the full showcase, these sprites end up looking like this. So these are Feign deaths. You see here, set from that one's in the wrong place. um, hmm, silly me. Just there'll be a couple of quirks. I've done 718 flipbooks this not sprint, this branch. So there's gonna be little quirks in it. But they're like Feign deaths, you see. But it'll only play once. It won't just loop. I've just got it to loop in this case. But when the game plays, I set it to do like play once. And that's resurrection. So they just come back up. Doesn't really look like that big a deal, but it when you've got the AI working with it, and like I actually have it working now, it's 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 better. It's like it's tangible. It's like there's life to it. It's not just plain little animations. Doesn't This doesn't do it justice of how cool it is. Like the dead, you come back and then third time you go back in the room, they come back to life on like within a couple of seconds, and it like catches you off guard. Certainly, like I do it, and it's caught me off guard a couple of times when I was trying to test stuff. True death. So true death is there's two types at the moment. I have here, you will see on badly injured, we have, instead of having, we had like injured to badly injured and all that sort of stuff and Feign death and resurrection. In the badly injured section, we have true death kinetic, true death melee, true death energy, true death explosive. So as you can imagine, kinetic bullets or ranged weapons, but like bullets essentially, classic guns, hand to hand or no, not hand to hand, more like knife or like spear or something. Energy, so laser, heat. I'd also kind of call like fire, like maybe energy. It kind of burns them, but like laser burns people. So it's like a different sort of energy, and then just like explosive. I only have kinetic weapons at the moment made. I will be making others. So you see the polished version. Sorry, one second. The polished version or the 3.4. Bear in mind this is 3.3 right now, these enemies. 3.4, I might do like True Death Melee, True Death Energy, and Explosive. In terms of what on earth is True Death, it is a critical hit, is the simplest way to describe it. We have critical hit stood up, which is, in this case, headshot. Like that. It's just the death animation but longer. And then we have, and then it ends there. And then we have True Death Kinetic Floor, which is the zombie is like that. So fake death, Feign death. You Before he gets up, before he resurrects, you put a single bullet in his head, and it goes pop, and there you go. So there's true death on the floor when they're like that, and then there's true death just in general if you're like, they're moving about. And yes, so there you go. So we have like true death stood up. You see one of them's different. That was the first one I ever did. I designed it slightly different. So the first one I did in August, and then each one of these I've got better and better and better, but most of these follow the same sort of pattern after a while. See? So shoot them in the head. There you go. And then we've got like true death. So they're already on the floor. They're not resurrected, but they will potentially resurrect at some point. But you've shot them in the head beforehand. See, little bugs, but nothing terrible. 718 flipbooks was wild. Like I'll zoom out and you can see everything I've done. Bananas in it. Even with a bunch of it being kind of copy and paste and color swaps. And none of the enemies were kind of drawn to this quality except from the walk animation of that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Everything else had to be upgraded and overhauled. So not sorry, not the walk animation, the idle animation. Yeah, some of them I took from NPCs because of similar sort of physique, similar sort of look, but then they still changed. Like none of these look like the NPCs. And the infected stage ones were a bit easier, except from this one, because they are the NPCs and I just had to tweak them. Stage 2, again, the only stage 2 I had was, it deliberately looks weird, I'm supposed to be going for like the Thing, sort of John Carpenter with this one. But yeah, it was essentially that one, but not drawn to this level of quality. All these other things you're seeing, I'd drawn idols of them, but I hadn't drawn the walk, the hunt, um, the attacks, the injured, um, stuff like that. All this is just new. New, 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 all drawn. Last one, Rome animations. So just like we have, voice keeps going. Just like we have hunt animations, we have roam animations. The difference being arms are different, and this one's angry, but most of them aren't angry. So the next branch is upgrading the NPCs to the version 3 style, and then the enemies to the version 3 style after that. I will need to update the dates because we're now, that one started in November. How it works is idle, just nothing. Roam, it has like a generic sort of patrol sort of logic. Hunt, well, majority of my enemies have sight, sound, so sight, hearing, touch, damage impact. I haven't created group thing. Well, I thought about doing the group thing, and I was like, nah. It's like hive sort of mind. So touch is because um, some of my enemies are death. Uh, so you see that one, this one, these two. These two are deaf. So yeah, both of them. So just the front and back. These two are deaf, so they don't have the hearing sense. And then I have an enemy which I haven't drawn yet because it's so radically different. I've been doing this branch for ages, and I know I'll change it. This is like one of like the big bosses. So you see, drawn, I haven't drawn, I haven't done this one yet. This will be, I'll save this till later. It's the last enemy I need to do, called Mass Rage, and one of them is blind, you see. So this one won't have sight, but it will have hearing. And then some of them won't have hearing, but they will have sight. And then there's a couple of enemies which I might do with the plant actually. So the Medusa, wrong way. it doesn't have eyes. You know what I mean? Like it's a plant. Same with worms. I might I might get the worms to work on touch, or like the plant to work on touch, so you kind of got to sneak through it. But if you knock them, it then, if I get the attack animation, sets them off. And then I want to do like not just a generic, oh you've been injured, oh you're like health is lower, health is up, health is lower, health is up. I'm gonna like stats effects and like poisoned and acid and burned and like there's like a psychoactive effect part in the game as well. So I might incorporate that into this. But these certainly can't hear and they can't see. They can feel damage and they'll feel touch as you walk by. So I've already created these senses a few way back. I don't know. Like there you go, AI Sense 2.0, and I've version 3 to do in the future. So that's that. If I do a little showcase for you, I'll walk through some of it. Let me do unlit. It's real loud. Apologies. The music. So that's like orthographic, and then we've got perspective. But you see, like the run's going to be terrible. You will notice that the NPCs and enemies have better animations than the main character. That's because the main character's animations were done way before I got real better at doing animations. So you see the legs are more choppy. But you will also see the main character has true lefts, because if you look at his holster, so the main character has true lefts, unlike the enemies, but the enemies have better animations, unlike the main character. But see what I'm kind of going for? There's like height variance in them, and add a bit of like nuance to it. But yeah, this is basically what the game will be like. So you'll see the zombies, they're roaming there. I haven't showed you the crawling on the floor one. Yeah, so they'll see you, and it'll essentially just look like that. They're all just coming at you. Yeah, but I'll show you quickly the other things. So yeah, they're like the idols. So we've got zombie idols, and then we've got infected stage 1 idols, where the legs aren't moving. We've got zombie, no, yeah, infected stage 1 idols, zombies roaming. We have stage 2 idols. We have, yeah, zombies roaming. We've got infected stage 1 attacking. Stage 2 roaming, so like walking, really, patrolling. Zombies hunting. We've got like people being injured, like stage 1 injured. You can see little bugs where like Jock's full body's moving, but it's supposed to be a bit more like Jackie or David. Yeah, and I'll just quickly just go through it. Things like that. So yeah, it's essentially that. It's essentially what we've just gone through. Nothing special. They're like the attack animations. Um, some of them lunge for the attack, but not all of them. I don't think the zombies, I got the zombies to lunge. Like, the jump forward. That's them getting hit. It might look like they're moving forward, they're not. They're like moving backwards as they get hit. It's just because it's looping the animation. And then we're like badly injured. Little couple of bugs. Dead. I'll probably slow down that drop. That is not the death animation. His head's supposed to be down. Yeah, more of the same. That's simply because I need to. Sometimes it gets confused with the boundaries, and essentially just need to refresh it in Unreal, and then the flipbook won't like slice half the sprite off. But it's fully drawn sprites. It's just Unreal bug. I probably, if I update to like what is it, 5.6, I might fix it because I'm still on 5.5 or whatever before the big 5.6 release. Yeah, that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that, and that is everything. In terms of the next thing I usually talk about is like, what are you doing next? Um, everything you've seen there, but the NPC's version of it, obviously they're not all of them will be dying, not all the NPCs will be running. Um, I in the previous branch I showed you the showcase for the NPCs. I'll just get up quickly. Um, so things like this. So they look funny because it hasn't always loaded it. But this was a previous branch. They look that quality. It's just unreal trying to be cheapskate loading it quick. So we've got all of them have idols. All of them have walk. Don't call it roam for this. Some of them have run. Some of them have aim. Some of them have shoot. And that's it. Looking compared to the sorry, one sec. Like looking at this and then compared to the enemy one, it's like the name being similar does not do it justice, does it? This is like 10% of what I've done. I know, uh, like unique looking, but still, it's just like mad. I didn't realize how much more I did different. Um, yeah. So them fused in, like upgrading from version 2 to version 3 animation blueprint, and then same process for the enemies. Then all those nice little animations you saw, the enemies and the idols like these, port them over to the main character. So the main character finally has a nice slick sort of run animation. You like my little shadows? Like my little shadows I do. And yeah, look at that. And little legs. Ah, you see. And that's without normal maps, so imagine how good it's going to look with normal maps on it to get the lighting shining off it just right. And then, yeah, just usual stuff. I want to add more sound effects. Loads of stuff I want to do. Full of ideas. Absolutely have the whole thing scoped out in my head. I just need to get time in. Uh, Loads of stuff planned. Normal maps, not planned. I have a not planned section, like not planned yet. Not yet planned. If it lets me highlight it. And that's everything. This won't take me that long because I've already done a proof of concept of it and I already upgraded the main character's animation blueprint to 3 yeah, like 3. I think it was just 3.0. So it won't take long. Equally, I do inheritance, so master and child. So I'll do the master NPC and then the children. I just need to get all these flipbooks plugged into little animation sequences, name them right, and they'll all just slot in nice and neat with the child version of the master's animation blueprint. So it's not going to be well like 21 unique animation blueprints. It's going to be one master and then 21 unique sets of animations that plug in. Um, yeah, and then just same for that. That's everything now. I'm gonna go. I'll do the timestamp in. I'll upload this, and then yeah, I'll go to work, and I'll see you in under 4 weeks. Under 4 weeks. Before Christmas. Before Christmas, 2.4.2 will be out. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you later.